Hey guys, it's Clay from Clear Critique. No movie romance works without the charm and chemistry of a dynamic couple. So today, I'm bringing another volume of the top 5 movie couples. Real quick, a few sentences I swear, I'm giving an honorable mention to Max Cherry and Jackie Brown from, you guessed it, Jackie Brown. Despite being a fast-talking Tarantino heist film, it's the most tender of his filmography primarily because of this budding relationship. It's love at first sight for him, a more gradual, careful affection for her, and it's a blast watching both of them let their guard down when with each other. It's only an honorable mention because technically they don't end up as a couple, but they're so captivating that you want nothing else than for them to become one. Now let's get on to the big 5. If you want to support the channel, please subscribe, check out my previous volumes in this series, and comment below with your favorite movie couples. Here we go. First up is Loretta Castorini and Ronnie Camilleri from Moonstruck. For starters, this script is fantastic. I've never seen a film so wonderfully balance the sentimental and raw aspects of love. These two are having an affair, and the film romanticizes it with opera music and cute banter, yet alongside this is something more real, down-to-earth, and unflinching. Nicolas Cage, in one of his best performances in my opinion, plays the role as a brute, and in only minutes Loretta pierces through his self-loathing and tells him how full of it he really is. These are two stubborn people who have let themselves drift into complacency, and when they meet, it's combustion. They discover their long-abandoned romanticism and sexuality. Moonstruck works both as a love story and a deconstruction of a love story, and this only works because of this pair, who are the romantic equivalent of a knife with a felt handle. I wish I could show you this entire speech from Ronnie, because it exemplifies everything reckless, honest, sweet, and passionate that pulls this couple together.
We are here to ruin ourselves and to break our hearts and love the wrong people and die. I mean that the storybooks are bullshit. Now I want you to come upstairs with me and get in my bed.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever dated someone and asked, in like a casual or serious way, if they would break the law with you? Sounds odd at first, but cinema has certainly entertained this possibility with romantic crime films, and one of the most potent examples of this is the couple Queen and Slim from the film of the same name. You could accurately call this movie the Black Bonnie and Clyde, as this pair go on the run after a crooked cop forces their hand, and they become celebrated rebels among black communities. What's most interesting about them is that the inciting incident occurs after the first date, and so these two barely know each other when they are thrust into this dangerous scenario. They are bound through necessity, and yet with each passing scene their loyalty turns to affection in a very natural way. It's fascinating to watch a couple experience the early stages of love, the awkwardness, the flirtations, in such high tension. The romance here isn't a poem, it's not a song, it's resetting a dislocated shoulder blade. Queen and Slim are all that is brutal and beautiful about love through adversity, and I'd highly recommend checking this movie out.
She gotta be special though. She gonna be my legacy.
What do you mean?
Look, I ain't gonna bend the world. As long as my lady remembers me fondly, that's all I need.
Next is Arthur Bach and Linda Marola from Arthur. You know this couple has flavor just in the manner in which they're introduced. Arthur is a bored, alcoholic millionaire out shopping for things he doesn't need or care about. Linda is a lower-class waitress who dreams to be an actress and is caught stealing ties for her unemployed father. Seeing her in trouble and amused by her attitude towards the accusations, Arthur rushes to her aid, pretending to be her date. She immediately picks up on it, and the banter between them starts here and never stops. These two take so much pleasure in their rapport and they're so good at it that they can't avoid doing it even when they should be taking things more seriously. And God help you if you're in their vicinity when they're doing this. There is something so liberating about discovering someone who can match you toe to toe in this regard. And despite this relationship being considered abhorrent by Arthur's family, Linda and Arthur simply can't leave something this enjoyable. And that's a good takeaway from this couple. Relationships should be full of many things: trust, affection, cuddling techniques, but we should never forget to have fun. And this couple is just so fun. I should also note that Dudley Moore does an exceptional job playing the drunk, something at which the vast majority of actors fail. Liza Minnelli is ideal as a sharp-toothed New Yorker, and together, they're sublime.
Nice place. I like a living room you can land a plane in.
There's more of it. You like a tour?
I've seen bedrooms.
Don't be a lover, be a person.
Runner-up is Harry Burns and Sally Albright from When Harry Met Sally. By far, they're the most famous on this list, and for good reason. Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan so perfectly embody these characters, so flawlessly deliver this dialogue, and so naturally establish chemistry that despite how snappy the script is, it often doesn't feel like you're watching characters in a film. I'm watching people in relatively ordinary circumstances become friends and then lovers. And while romances can be vibrant or violent, as are some on this list, it's good to see a couple that could be any of us, living through the very normal debate of can women and men be friends? Because many things we call typical are in fact intriguing, are dramatic, adorable, or hilarious. There is so much to enjoy here. The airplane conversation, the ending that is about as realistic as romantic dialogue gets. Harry and Sally are a delightful couple that deserve their iconic status, and then some.
So you're saying that a man can be friends with a woman he finds unattractive?
No, you pretty much want to nail him too.
What if they don't want to have sex with you?
Doesn't matter, because the sex thing is already out there, so the friendship is ultimately doomed, and that is the end of the story.
Well, I guess we're not going to be friends then.
Guess not.
That's too bad. You were the only person that I knew in New York.
And number 1 goes to Barry Egan and Lena Leonard from Punch Drunk Love. I want to first say that this is my favorite movie on this list. If you're still salivating over Sandler's performance in Uncut Gems, he's even better in this. The sound mixing lends itself well to certain scenes, the cinematography is pretty and purposeful, and if you do check it out, I would also look up the Superman fan theory. It's kind of awesome. In stark contrast to the runner-up, these two are anything but ordinary. Barry is shy, antisocial, stressed by work and family, and can barely bottle up his violent tendencies. Lena is gentle, genteel, and personally reminded me of a flower in that she's both grounded and fragile. They are practically forced together as part of a setup by one of Barry's many domineering sisters, and their first date ends in disaster when Barry has a full-blown panic attack in the bathroom. But then the movie shifts. Here is a man bursting with deep-rooted insecurities and pent-up emotions. And in response, Lena rolls with it. She thinks he's cute. She's fine with his awkwardness, and thus begins a relationship that, in the midst of a somewhat chaotic plot and a sea of adversaries and neuroses, is adorable to witness. Barry is able to shed what holds him back and become not just a confident man, but a hero. There is such a simple sweetness to them, the kind where their needs and desires are all out in the open. And yet the film doesn't forget that they are, especially Barry, a bit odd. There's a conversation they have in bed where they discuss biting and hitting each other, and it's endearing because you know they'll never hurt each other, and it shows how enamored they are to where they just want to kiss and grab and consume each other. They're in love enough to let themselves be strange. And what is intimacy if not the freedom to be ourselves? Wonderfully written and performed, Barry and Lena represent the gamut of love's intensity and tenderness, and are such a joy to root for. That's my list. What are some of your favorite movie couples? Comment below. Be sure to check out my previous volumes in this series, share and subscribe to support the channel, click the bell to keep up to date on my uploads, and follow me on Twitter and Letterboxd. And as always, thanks for watching.